Section 11.5, geometric series. Geometric series is an expression for the sum of the terms in a geometric sequence. Remember, sum means when we're adding. A lot of the things are the same here. A1 is still the first term. R is the common ratio from when we did geometric sequences. Earlier this trimester we did geometric sequences. And so we figure out the ratio. And then N is the number of terms still. So it says, use the formula to evaluate the geometric series 3 plus 6 plus 12. And then you see the dot, 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 which is our ellipse. But it ends at S sub 6, meaning that there are going to be 6 that we have to evaluate in the sequence. So when we're presented a problem like this, first thing we need to know is we need to know what R is. Remember, we calculate R by taking the second term and dividing it by the one before it. So 6 divided by 3 equals 2. And so in this case, R equals 2. Second step is we need to write the formula. The formula was just given to us, which is S sub n equals A1 times the quantity 1 minus R to the n over 1 minus R. Next step, plug in your A, your R, and your N. A sub 1, again, that's our first term. Since our first term here is 3, so we're going to write 3. And it's multiplied by 1 minus R, which we calculated right here. It's the common ratio, and in this case, it's 2. And I'm going to put it in parentheses, because it's the value I'm plugging in. To the nth power, n stands for number of terms, and in this case, they told us 6. So we're taking that to the 6th power. All over 1 minus, and again, R, still our common ratio, which is still in this problem 2. Now, if you're going to do this on your calculator, you have to remember to put your denominator in parentheses. Otherwise, when you plug it into your calculator, it will not work out. So let's plug this all into our calculator, starting with 3 times. So we have our parentheses, 1 minus. Now 2 is what we're plugging in for R, so I'm going to put it in parentheses. Then we're taking it to the 6th power, so you hit the caret button, the 6th power, and then we have to close our parentheses. So we've just loaded in the numerator, divided by, then the denominator. You absolutely have to use parentheses or you will get it wrong. So I open parentheses and I do 1 minus 2, and I close my parentheses, hit enter, and that means that when they ask you to evaluate this geometric series, your final answer is going to equal 189. So that was evaluating a geometric series when they told you how many they wanted. In that case, 6 terms. So now we're going to do some more evaluating. And this time we're going to use an infinite geometric sequence, meaning one that continues to go on. Our formula, right here, the sum equals A sub 1, which is the first term, over 1 minus R, and R is still our common ratio. So for the example, it says, find the sum of this infinite geometric series. Your steps are still going to be the same. You still have to find R, which means you're going to take the second term and divide it by the first term. Well, 1/2 divided by 1 is still going to give you 1/2, or you can call it 0.5, whichever one works for you. So we're going to write the formula down. S equals, sum equals something. A1, what is our first term? Our first term is 1 over 1 minus, And we just solved for r over here. So you can put in 0.5 or you can put in 1/2. But whatever you do, when you do it in a denominator, you need to put it in parentheses or it won't work. So if we put it in our calculator, you can do 1 divided by, and then you have to put in parentheses 1 minus 0.5 and close parentheses. Gives you a final answer of 2. And I'm going to show you that same thing over. If you used a half, you would do 1 divided by, parentheses 1 minus, and then you just make your little fraction here, 1/2, and then you have to close that parentheses. Still is going to give you 2. So that is how you find the sum of an infinite geometric series. Find r, which is second term divided by first term. Write the formula out and plug in a1 and r.